how to prep a vehicle for a wrap install. That is what we're talking about in today's video. I'm going to go over how to do it, what techniques you need to use, what tools and products you need to be using to do this properly. All right, so the first step we're going to talk about is the first initial wash. Preferably, you're doing a hand wash, you're pressure washing it, you're foam canning, you're going to wipe it down with a wash mitt, rinse that off, and then go to a clay bar. So this is already a clean vehicle. We're not going to worry about that for demonstration purpose only, but the next step after your hand wash would be clay barring. Some people like to skip this step. I'm definitely trying to promote clay barring a vehicle for a full wrap in this industry. I've been pushing this for a while and I believe in it. Now with clay bar, you want to use some sort of slip solution. We like to use the same slip solution as we do with our PPF installs, which is we have this 32-ounce bottle and we just do 2 drops of baby shampoo. You can do 2 drops of Dawn dish soap. That will work too. So just spray it on, take your clay bar and just go over it. And what you're doing here is you're taking off all the contaminants stuck on iron particles from transit or from this vehicle that's being driven a lot. Any wax, built up debris, tar buildup, anything like that. That's what you're taking off here. Now this was a brand new clay bar. You can already see I'm getting some dirt and debris on here. This is doing its job. Now to demonstrate it doing its job, I'm gonna just wipe this off, dry it off. Just this section here. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the difference. I don't know if we can zoom in enough and get it to focus. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, you see all those black particles? That's the sort of stuff that the clay bar is removing. Now if you move over here, there's no black particles. But right over here, you can see them again. Here, none. So that's the sort of stuff that the clay bar is helping you take care of, because if those are big enough, you will see them through your vinyl wrap. So now that we have clay barred the section of the vehicle we're wrapping, or the whole vehicle, if we're wrapping the whole vehicle, yes, it can take a while, it can be time consuming, but it is going to be worth your time because your end results will be a lot better. Dry it off after you're doing your clay bar, then you can move to your alcohol wipe. You want to use a 70 to 90% isopropyl alcohol mixture, and you want to get it on a lint-free cloth and really just clean it. Just wipe the whole panel down. And when you're doing a flat panel like this, you want to make sure you're wiping down the flats, but really get all these creases and channels and the edges of them. Really make sure you're getting into those, because this is the highest fail point on these vans, along with these channels here. Now, one of our next videos is going to be showing how to wrap these channels so that they do not fail. But your prep is a big part of making sure that your wrap is going to last. If it is not prepped properly and there is still wax or debris or anything like that left behind, or you just didn't get that alcohol clean done properly, there's a higher chance of failure. So that is the basics of how to prep a vehicle for a wrap. Another thing to look out for and to do when you're wrapping a vehicle, depending on what kind of vehicle you're doing and what style of wrap you're doing. If it's a commercial wrap, this can vary, and if it's a color change wrap, is disassembly. Disassembling a vehicle is part of prepping for a wrap. Normally, I like to do my initial clean, then I'll disassemble, and then I'll go back in and clay bar and then do my alcohol wipe, because it gets more in depth, right? So like on a van like this, are you taking apart the plastic trim on the doors? Are you taking the rockers off? Are you taking the wheel well covers off? Mirrors, door handles, all that stuff. That all comes into play with the prep of wrapping whatever you're wrapping. Whether you're taking door handles off, mirrors off, weather stripping, wheel well trims, stuff like that. That is all part of prepping for a wrap, and that is all to be looked at and to take into consideration when you're doing a wrap, when you're quoting a wrap, and all that sort of stuff. So that is the main parts of how to prep for a wrap: is your clean and your disassembly, and then your alcohol wipe and all that stuff, which is technically part of the clean. But those are the things to look out for when quoting a wrap: is how much disassembly is needed and what kind of extra cleaning. I would definitely suggest get your clients to bring the vehicle already washed, and you just have to do, you know, once over on your hand wash and then clay bar and alcohol wipe. But that all depends on what you are doing for your clients and what you are offering. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one.